Hello. Okay. How are we? Let me know that you're here. Just pop something in the chat. Hello. Cold. How are we? Let me see. Who's here. Welcome to The Changing Woman. I just hope you can see me all okay. That all is good. And I just want to thank you first. Thank you for being here. Thank you for admitting that things want to change and that you want things to be a little bit different. Lovely. Thank you for the thumbs up so you can see and hear me okay. Smashing. Welcome. If you're watching this on the replay as well, please do be actively involved and, answer the questions. And you're going to get as much out of these next few days as you put in. So we are here together as women going through stuff and supporting each other. And that's really, really important that we're here for each other. So in a moment, we'll arrive and we'll ground properly. But first, I just want to say a big thank you for taking the time, for trusting me to guide you through this process as well. You are somebody who knows that things are changing. You're a woman who knows that things are happening, but you also know that it can be better. And I'm not necessarily saying it's really bad now, but it can be better. And as soon as you recognize that, and as soon as you go, do you know what? I know it can be better, and I know it can be more lovely. Then you're starting to open yourself up to it being more lovely. And over the next few days, we're going to experience ways of dealing with it. I'm going to help you and guide you through why we go through so much. So once we hit sort of the age of 35 plus, so I'm sort of generally we're 40s and plus, and why things feel different. But I want you to just bear this in mind, and I read something today, is that a lot of what we feel when we get to this point is influenced by past opinions of what menopause or midlife is supposed to be. Actually, this is the time when, if you choose to have it, you have more freedom, that we can have so much more wisdom to use now. And this is our becoming, this is our awakening, and this is actually a really exciting time. And we need to kind of remarket it and reprogram our minds so that we feel those things. So you're here on The Changing Woman, and you came here, you're somebody who may be noticing that you have aches that you haven't felt before. You might be more fatigued even after you've had a rest. You might feel that sleep feels lighter or broken. I don't know about you, but I have no problem falling asleep. It's staying asleep. And the other night at 3:30 a.m, I started reciting Macbeth. I mean, what's that all about? What is it with the sleep thing? You may be a lady who has a sense that pushing through no longer works. And if you can resonate with any of these, then this space is for you. So as we go through the next few days, this is something that's going to be body-led, okay? You're going to feel transformations and differences through the body. It's going to be gentle, and it's going to be grounded in connecting in with yourself. I'm not here to fix anything, okay? It's not medical advice. It's not going to be led by your hormones, and it's not going to be a place where I tell you what to do. It's going to be about your safety and you taking the initiative to practice, to feel the difference and take back that control, okay? So my name's Jo, and I've been teaching Kundalini Yoga now since 2013. So coming up to 13 years. And I'm turning 50 this year, and I started to really notice differences in my body in 2020, just after the COVID vaccinations and things like that. Whether they're connected or not, I do not know, but that's when I noticed it. And so I really started to look into how the menopause was affecting my body, how when I got to these huge changes were happening, and I started to feel like I was losing my mind, and I just knew I wasn't myself anymore. So I really started to look into why and what was really happening. And that's when I've been doing Kundalini Yoga for years, so I knew it was powerful. But that's when I looked at how it can really support me and little things that I do, not necessarily yoga based or meditation based, just little lifestyle things that I put into my life that make life easier, that make this odd feeling in my body better, that helps me to sleep, even though I still do have problems, that helps me to sleep, that helps me to manage my moods and to step into this more radiant space and to use my wisdom better. So over the next few days, you'll be reconnecting your relationship with yourself and using the magic of mindful movement, ancient breath work, and powerful visualization. Because I work with women, mostly in midlife, who feel disconnected from their bodies, not because something is wrong, but because your body is asking for a new relationship. And that's what we need to do. We need to start kind of reprogramming how we look at ourselves and how we feel about our body. Okay. So we're going to begin by just having a little tune in and a little ground, just to open the space and let me just tilt that a little bit more. Okay. All right. So sitting up nice and tall, just close down your eyes for a moment. And if it feels yummy to do so, you can either have a hand on your heart and a hand on your belly, or you can have your hands together at your heart center on your knees, whatever feels good, whatever feels nourishing for you. And just close down your eyes. And we're going to take some deep breaths as we land here in this space together today. So breathing deeply in and out through the nose. Be aware of your sitting bones connecting with whatever it is that you're sitting on. And your crown chakra, the very top of your head, opening up to the sky. And the moment you notice your mind to get busy, because it will do that, that's what it's designed to do, just lovingly bring it back. And focus on your breath. And because I'm a Kundalini teacher, I'm going to open it in the Kundalini way, because I like to open that space. And we're going to use the mantra Om Namo Gurudev Namo. It means I bow to the divine wisdom within me. I'll just pop it in the chat for you, actually. So even if you've never done Kundalini Yoga before, we're going to open with this. It means I bow to the divine wisdom within. All of the wisdom that you need in your life, you already have it. You're born with it. But it just gets covered up by stuff, by expectations, by life rules, by labels. So when we come to a still place and we start to build that relationship inside, that's when that wisdom comes through. That's when those little downloads come into your mind that you've no idea where they've come from. That's your inner wisdom talking to you. And it comes to you when you go quiet and when you go still. So we're going to tune in by chanting it 3 times, okay? You can join in if you want to, or you can just listen to and enjoy the vibrations. It is quite magical to join in. It is quite to feel the vibrations. But let's just rub our hands. And bring them to the heart center. And let us take a deep breath in and out. And then breathe in to begin. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Inhale deeply. And breathe out. Let's have a lovely stretch. Take the arms up to the sky and reach. Maybe coming over to the side, just opening up the side body. And the other way. And come back to the center. Lovely. Okay. So we're going to, this is quite interactive. I want to chat with you. I want to know how you're feeling. Because when you join in as well, when you communicate with me, you'll become more aware of your own situation. So I want to be clear. So today we're talking about why your body feels different now. Okay, why it feels different now. Nothing has gone wrong. Okay, your body has just changed its priorities. All right, so nothing's gone wrong. Your priorities have changed. Can you please put in the chat one word that reflects how your body feels right now? So just take a moment to feel and just notice. And if you're on the replay, just put hashtag replay at the beginning so that I know how your body feels right now. I'm just going to add mine. I'm noticing in mine a zinginess in my hips because I have just taught a Kundalini Yoga class and before, and I was teaching children this morning, so I'm probably a little bit energized in my body, but I can feel like a zinginess in my hips. And Unique Yoga, Amanda, I know it's you, is feeling tired. Okay, feeling tired in your body. Anybody else want to offer how they are feeling right now? And I know there's some of you that want to just be in the background, and that's fine as long as you're having this awareness of how you're feeling right now. So why does our body feel different now? What happens when we go into this stage of life? So let me just get my notes up for you. So the brain, the female brain, is rich in, this is the science. I love the science. I love the science that goes alongside yoga and what happens with our body. It's amazing. The brain is rich in estrogen and progesterone receptors. And as these levels change, so the brain starts to react differently. And then as these receptors stop getting, so as we know, like as we get older, our hormones change and our progesterone and our estrogen start to diminish. And because we're female, we have those estrogen we have in every single cell of the body. So of course, when that starts to die off, every cell starts to, I don't want to say the word die off, but it just changes and it starts to kind of degrade a little bit. So, and that's going to have an effect on so much of our body. So the brain starts to react differently when our receptors change, when they don't receive the estrogen and the progesterone. Now, estrogen has an effect on serotonin and dopamine neurotransmitters, and these regulate mood and motivation. So due to the lack of estrogen, the serotonin, the dopamine, they decline, which is what will then lead to anxiety, depression, irritability, and that general feeling of being overwhelmed. Yeah, so the lack of estrogen is why we're feeling those feelings. The hormonal shifts affect brain regions that we need for learning and memory, such as the hippocampus and the prefrontal cortex. This often results in brain fog. Okay, so this is why we get the brain fog, because of the hormonal shifts. We have memory lapses and difficulty concentrating or multitasking. But the good news is that these often, after menopause, when hormone levels sort themselves out, these stabilize and come back. Okay, so the brain fog and the not being able to remember, I'd get halfway through a sentence and wouldn't remember. I was like, what was I just saying? And this is all because of the hormonal shifts in the brain. okay, because those regions of the brain that we use for our memory are affected. So, but good news that should stabilize. I'm not speaking for everyone here, but hoping. So, sleep. Talking about the sleep situation. The hypothalamus, which controls body temperature and sleep cycles, is affected by lack of estrogen. Okay, this dysregulation causes the hot flushes, the night sweats, and insomnia, which of course they in cycle then further exacerbate our mood and our cognitive issues. So if we're sleepy, our mood is low, we're not going to be able to multitask as well, etc., etc., etc. Another version that I heard, a more spiritual version of the hot flushes, was this, and I love this. This really helps when I have a hot flush. We're going from being, so the mother, okay, so there's 3 stages in the woman spiritually. There's the maiden, there's the mother, and there's the elder or the crone, the wise woman is the later lady. As the mother, the focus is on the sacral chakra, the reproductive organs, the solar plexus. Okay, that's where the heat is. It's all around there because we're the mother. We're menstruating. We are to create children. Okay, when that stops or starts to change or starts to die off a little, the energy now needs to rise, and it needs to rise to our intuition, to our wisdom. So when having a hot flush, the energy that's normally around here is looking for a place to go. So when I have a hot flush now, I purposefully imagine that heat traveling to my third eye. It doesn't make them any more comfortable, but it gives me control and it makes me feel like amazing. It's just so different, because I've got that control back and it's like, yes, it's that energy traveling to my intuition. So I really love that. I love that spiritual aspect to the hot flush. Sensory changes. So some women experience peripheral nervous system symptoms like tingling sensations. So pins and needles, maybe, numbness, or fleeting nerve pain, which are thought to be related to the decline in estrogen's neuroprotective role and its impact on nerve signals and blood flow. Okay, so if I'm very much more sensitive in my body, and my skin sometimes feels so uncomfortable, and I'm really itchy, or my ears itch, and just like the most ridiculous, odd things that are really, really uncomfortable, and that's why. And that is why. So any of this resonating? So the body goes from output, as in giving birth, to truth, as in our wisdom. So instead of that output, now we're all about looking after and nurturing, recreating, and, putting everything out there and supporting everyone else. Now we're bringing it back in to our own wisdom, to our own space. And this is why I'm loving, if you want it, this is where your freedom lies. Because suddenly we're not worried about being loved by others and liked by others and having our tribe. Now, actually, a woman steps into her power. She steps into this is me. Here I am. And when she's got that freedom, she's so radiant. She's so radiant. She's so beautiful. She's like, people want to be around her because she's wise and maybe a bit edgy. Yeah. So you can use it for so much freedom and joy. So the symptoms of menopause are signals, not failures. Sometimes, we're like, oh gosh, it's the menopause. It's almost like it's a bad thing. It's like, oh gosh, no, I can't think because I'm just collapsing or, deteriorating. No, this is what we're changing. We're changing the commentary over that. Okay. Now they are signals. that the body is upgrading. Your body hasn't turned against you, but it has started talking louder. Remember, if you don't listen to signals from the universe, it sends you a juggernaut, basically. So you have to listen to the signals, and your body's doing that. Your body's sending you the signals. We're going to do a little bit of Kundalini movement now, just so you know and can understand how it feels to make the body feel different and to help the body feel different. We're going to start with a little bit of long, deep breathing. Okay, so I am sitting down. I know you can't see me all in the camera, but that's fine. But I want you to bring your hands to rest on your ribs. So just underneath where your boobs are, on the bottom of your rib cage. And just breathe long and deep through the nose only. I want you to allow for space here. Allow for a little bit of space. If I can move back slightly. So just keep doing this long, deep breathing. This is building this relationship with the body. This is changing the nervous system. Let your breath widen the places that feel tight or tired. Yeah, see if you can send your breath there. If it gets uncomfortable having the hands on the lower ribs, then no problem. Just let them drop and just let yourself sink into the long, deep breathing. Breath work is a powerful, magical thing. It changes so much about your awareness, the blood flow, the neuropathways in the brain, the electricity that's firing around the brain as you're breathing. And we have this tool at our fingertips 24 hours a day. Closing the eyes, focus them up to your third eye point. Let's bring a little bit of energy to our third eye, to our intuition, our wisdom. Keep that breath long and deep. Keep your spine tall. Already, you've reset your system, given your nervous system a little bit of an upgrade. The respiratory system has had a good old stretch. Then we're just going to allow the breath to go back to its natural rhythm. We're going to come into some slow, juicy spinal flexors. So you're going to hold on to your ankle. So I'm sitting cross-legged on the floor. If you're sitting in a chair, that's fine. Just rest your hands on your thighs. And what we're doing is we're going to bring our heart forwards as we breathe in. And then as we breathe out, we're going to take our heart backwards. So we're moving through the spine, inhaling and exhaling. And this is starting to activate the energy all around the spine and the spinal fluid. So the Kundalini energy lives at the base of the spine. It's like your life force energy, and it lives there dormant. And then any kind of yoga will start to awaken and move that energy. Kundalini Yoga is a little bit more focused on it. And as you're moving, just say to yourself, I listen, I soften, I trust. I listen, I soften, I trust. Inhaling and exhaling, nice and slow, really feeling into every muscle and movement in the spine. I listen, I soften, I trust. And you might find that you want to speed up a little bit, or maybe you want to take it even slower and really feel into every little vertebrae up the spine. And the more movement that we have in the spine and the healthier the spine is, the greater the communication between the brain and the body is, because it's the messenger. The spine is the messenger. So I'm going to continue to rock as I talk to you. And when those messages are really clear, the body's going to work better. You're going to be healthier. You're going to be happier. There's going to be more blood and fluid going into the brain. So the brain is going to be better. So anyone who just suddenly comes on, they just see me rocking backwards and forwards. Really, really good. Lovely movements. And what I'm also trying to show as well is that you don't have to do an hour on your yoga mat or half an hour's meditation every day or anything to make yourself feel different. That's not what happens. You can do we're going to experience it shortly, just a short little practice can make you feel different. Okay, we're going to come to the center. So sitting up tall here, take a deep breath in. And breathe out. And just take a moment just to notice the spine. And maybe it's not the spine. Where do you feel it most in your body? Where do you notice it? Maybe there's something going on in the brain. Maybe you can feel the brain has come alive. Now that spinal fluid has been activated. Feel free to pop it in the comments. Just anything that you notice. Fuzzy head. Yeah, I notice it in my brain as well. I notice it in my head. I'm hoping that's a good thing. But it's definitely is that increase in spinal fluid. And remember the brain stuff. Yeah, it's a good thing. Great. The brain stuff is all can all be stabilized as we come through the menopause. So with the brain not getting the estrogen and the progesterone that it used to have, I struggle to say words sometimes. Menopause. because it's not getting those hormones as much. It's going through this complete overhaul, and it's the biggest rewiring that happens in the brain since adolescence. So adolescents, we go through this massive rewiring, and then we do as well as we go through our menopause as well. So it's okay to feel different. It's okay for us to suddenly not be able to always make sense of everything. And then when we go quiet and we do these movements, our brain will love and adore the changes that we're making. It will love the time that we're spending to increase the flow into the brain, to give it that little bit of a zhuzh, little bit of energy. Bring your hands onto your knees. We're going to do some shoulder rolls. This is also helping to increase the spinal fluid up and down from the brain to the spine to the body. But also it will release any tension or stress that we hold in the shoulders. And then we're going to add in some sighs. Okay, so just feel when you want to sigh, breathing in and really verbalize it. Use the vocal cords. I'm making mine a little bit quieter because I appreciate this in your ear space, but make yours as loud as you want them to be. I listen, I soften, I trust. And rest the shoulders, and then some gentle neck rolls. So we're really using the spine as kind of like the magic wand here. Our body comes with its own magic wand. Keep going. Just going to plug you in. And change direction if you haven't done so already. Learning to love the body, love the changes. Wouldn't it be dull if we remained the same our entire life? So let us enjoy the changes and start to get comfortable with who we are, how we are. And then just let your head rest, just have your eyes closed. And just take a moment to be still, to notice what you notice. And knowing that nothing is wrong with midlife, that it's an exciting phase, it's an awakening phase, and that feeling different is completely normal, completely natural. Now that our brain's not receiving all of the estrogen, all of the progesterone, that's why we're having the mood swings. That's why we can't focus all the time. That's why our hypothalamus is being affected, so therefore our temperatures can't be regulated all the time. But can we channel that when it happens? Can we channel it to our third eye? Bring that intuition, bring that wisdom. Because we're a gift to everybody else now. You're a gift to your family. Many, many years ago, they would always go and speak to the wise woman in the village. And so treat yourself as her. She is her. She is the most valuable. She is wise and she is wisdomous. And yes, nobody wants to know now because of Google. They'll come to Google rather than come to you. But isn't it wonderful to know that you have it and that we have that knowledge, we have that power, we have that strength? Even if the rest of the world doesn't know it, we have it. You know, does it make you feel relieved to know that that's okay? Does it surprise you? Does it inspire you? It's such a powerful time as we go through this process. So I'm going to leave you with that today. We are back tomorrow. And tomorrow today was about understanding why it feels different now. And I hope that that's been made clear. If not, if you've got any questions at all, then of course just ask away. Tomorrow we're going to look at why pushing through doesn't work anymore. And hopefully that will give some relief that we don't have to push it anymore. But for now, thank you so much for being here live with me, Amanda. Thank you. It means the world to always have somebody on live with me. If I'm here, it's lovely to know someone's with me. So thank you. And thank you to everyone else who's watching the replay as well. Reach out. We will be back together at the same time. Oh, thank you, darling. You're so welcome. It's my joy and my purpose, and I love being here. So thank you. But it does, as you know as well, being a teacher, it does make a difference when you've got somebody with you. It really does, because we need that energy to feed off. So thank you, darling. So, and everyone who's on the replay as well, thank you. And please come join us live tomorrow at the same time, 2:00 UK time. You will have the replays in your email inbox as well. Lots of love. Enjoy the rest of your day. Go be beautiful, go be gorgeous, and go be wise. Bye-bye.